Hi, Gary.
How are you?
I'm so good. I'm freaking out like a lot. I put my books over here. I always try to get on and I never get on. So I'm really excited.
I'm so happy to be here with you, Katie. How are things?
They're great. I wanted to tell you thank you first. I started a podcast with a friend, a realtor. We're both agents in Louisiana 5 years ago because of you and your podcast and your content and your advice. And now I sell real estate almost more as a fun thing to do because I loved it so much, but the podcast has taken off so much that is my full-time job. So that was because of you.
All right, hold on. This really excites me because this is literally very much part. I can't wait for you to read the new book because it's going to help grow your podcast. But there's so many people watching right now that are in this place. And I'm just so happy that you're literally a real life example that they can all see it's not just me being hey, you can do it. It's real life stuff. You literally started doing the podcast as a driver for your real estate business, right? And to do something else.
Yeah. And it's different because when I was listening to you, I'm like, oh, I'll start it and try to get clients, right? I'll do all of the mayor stuff, right?
Exactly.
But I didn't. My friend was like, well, I want to do one too, but I really want to give back to the industry. And I'm like, all right, so our podcast is just for agents. And
but by the way, you know this, all my content's for people too, but then it leads to things. If you see a video where I say something smart for free and I want it good for you, you might reach out to the Sasha group and become a Vayner client. Or you might hear me, I'm always trying to plug my dad. You might sign up for Wine Text. You can do good. And by the way, as long as you do things without expectation, I don't do all this stuff.
Right.
I go into this thinking, I don't know, I'm not naive and delusional, but I can tell you that the guys and gals around me would tell you this right now. I've been telling them we're not going to sell that many. Right? I was like, we're not going to sell that many books. I don't really, not that I don't care. I know we will sell some. I know I write good books. I know what, but this is a high value day for the audience. And if it does or it doesn't is kind of irrelevant. And when you have that intent, then it does lead to the good thing, which is why you got to the place.
Yeah, absolutely. Our podcast ranks in the top 100 for entrepreneurs consistently for 5 years. And we only talk to our niche, which is other agents. And it's very how-to, and then we'll talk mindset. And every week on every Monday, it has come out for 5 years because of that advice that you gave us. And it's just the consistency that builds it, really.
100%. Amazing. So happy for you. What question do you have?
Okay, so specifically for our audience, real estate is in a really weird place right now. Residential real estate, I'm sure you're keeping up with it a little bit, especially with your sister, all of the lawsuits and the settlement and things that are happening that are going to shake up the industry.
Right. Am I right in saying that there's a real big one where the commission and the sharing and all that, it might be a real to do, right?
Yeah, so the DOJ is very interested in decoupling. So right now, it would just change the whole system of the way agents are paid. And the majority of agents are actually average 60-year-old females, but the DOJ is looking at it we're these big businesses. We're entrepreneurs, that are serving our clients as best we can. So I guess my question to you is, what advice can we give to these small real estate entrepreneurs who are running their business just for their people that are going to be in the middle of an industry shakeup or potential change in the way the system is run?
By being prepared to adjust to it. So if the commission's cut in half because now they're going to be sharing one number and split it in half, that you're going to have to run a different business model. That happens all the time. Let me give you an example. So there was more people working at the Yellow Pages than people could imagine when search engines came out. Do you know how many people are in graphic design and work in Adobe all day, including many people that work for me that are in big trouble if that's the only thing that they can provide because AI creative is coming and that's real life stuff? What I would tell agents is, listen, if you get half the commissions, then you have to get twice as much business to go get back. The thing that people love business when it's working for them. People love entrepreneurship when it's working for them. They don't love it when it's not working for them. But my advice would be get on your ass and start building your brand more on social media so you have more deal flow and more leverage. Because if you're the person bringing the deal flow, you know what's about to happen. If you're the one bringing the money, you have the leverage to take a bigger piece of the money.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, I have one more quick one as a podcaster because I sent in 2 questions and I don't know which one got me pulled over here.
You're
All
right.
As a podcaster, we have hired a full-time marketing person. This is our first year with her. She is amazing, straight out of college, ready to learn, wants to implement any kind of practice on every single platform, trying things. What, other than reading Day Trading Attention, what should I tell her where should she start as learning? What is the thing that she needs to like hone in on to learn and grow those skills?
I really do think Day Trading Attention is going to help her. I'll tell you why. And I say that very specifically for a reason. The answer is free content on the internet. Just because I have Day Trading Attention doesn't mean I'm not going to put out content every day. And there's millions of other people putting out good marketing content and millions that are not. The reason I like Day Trading Attention is I think it's going to give her the foundational principle. What should she be thinking about? Number 1, organic social media content is at the forefront of importance now. Number 2, when you make content, you have to know who you're making it for. So she'll learn how to make consumer cohorts. So 60-year-old women real estate agents, right, that live in Louisiana, very different real estate agent than somebody that works for Compass as a 26-year-old guy in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, and we have them all. They're all listening.
So the biggest mistake people make is they don't make content for different audiences. When I make wine content, that's for a certain audience. Some people don't give a shit. When I make garage sale videos, that's for some sort of audience. Other people don't give a shit. When I make Jets content, like I keep telling people, stop listening to me. Don't even read the book. Nobody buy the book. Just watch what I do. Watch what I'm doing, not what I'm saying. Right? So what she'll learn is she'll first learn that it's about organic content over everything. Next, she'll learn that she has to target different segments, so she'll be making content for. Next, she'll learn that the first second of the video is life. And if it doesn't get you, and everyone's fucking that up. Copy, which platforms, like it's post-production, being a PCS, a post-creative strategist, AKA reading every comment, not only of yours, but of all 50 top podcasts, social media posts. She needs to spend time reading the comments of every one of those posts to get insights to what people are giving a shit about. This fucking game is hard.
Yeah. It just takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, last thing before you let me go, I'm a productive puffin. I have the first edition. I never sold it. I still have it. I have my second edition, which is at the pawn shop. So I've got my puffins. I have my box of cards. I've never opened a single one. Do you want me to open them?
Well, do you like trading cards?
No, I'm not going to trade them. I'm going to hang on to them because they were from you. Like that's it.
It sounds like, okay, I needed that real quick. It sounds like based on you'll probably enjoy opening them because the individual cards will like be more fun than just like the value continuing to increase on the box, right? A lot of people have really gotten freaked out because the boxes of the Series 2 boxes have gone from like $190 to $375 on eBay in the last like 6 to 12 months because demand's starting to really heat up. And so now people are like, and I was like, well, I mean, it's only like, where do you get the most value from, right? To me, like it sounds like you might get the most value from actually opening them, but.
Should we crack it?
Yeah, you should definitely crack it. If you're going to open it, let's open one.
Let's do it. I'm never going to open the box. My husband keeps yelling at me to open the box. And then he's like, if you get on Gary Vee, you better ask him to be on the podcast. I'm like, I'll ask him my question.
I love that, but I like how you just asked for me to be on the podcast.
Did you like that?
I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, here we go.
All right. I've never opened a pack of cards. I've never.
Woke Walrus, good. Next.
Right.
The Gecko, gutsy. I like being gutsy.
Okay.
Ooh, one of my favorite characters. I'm so pumped you pulled this. That is Cynical Cat. So VeeFriends is a very weird world. There's like 250 plus characters. There's very few bad guys. I think Cynical Cat like my plan with Cynical Cat over the decades is to like turn him into like my Joker, my Skeletor, like the anti, and then you know what happens. Everyone like starts to like the bad guys. I think Cynical Cat is going to be. I hate cat. When I tell you, is that Zestful Zebra? Yep. Good pack. Cynical Cat. I will tell you that cynicism is one of my least favorite traits on earth. I love when people say like, no, I'm just keeping it real. I'm like, no, you're keeping it cynical. You're keeping it negative. People love to just say that. Cynical, man, cynicism is so lazy, so lack of bravery, so fear-based. I hate cynicism.
This has been awesome. Thank you so much.
Love
Thank
you.
so
Have a
much.
good day.
Bye.
Talk to you soon.
Okay.